name's Dermot Kennedy. Company is TimeWorks. I'm the sales director here. What our company basically does is it supplies time and attendance human resources solutions to all industries, especially retail, hospitality and the catering industry. We've been coming to these events for a couple of years now. Our experience with the events are hard to determine in terms of straight away, whereas we'd normally wait a couple of weeks after the event to see what the feedback was, to see whether the footfall to the stand was actually good footfall or bad footfall, because it's actually hard to determine on the day.
So how's your day been so far?
It's been pretty quiet enough in terms of new business. I mean, I've had some existing clients come to the stand knowing where we were. The bad point of that was we were actually down as a stand over against the wall there, so it took them actually a while to find us when they're looking at the map. So that is one negative, I suppose, I had about the day. In terms of new business, we've had a couple of visitors, but again, it's probably very hard to determine whether those visitors will be negative or positive until a couple of weeks after the exhibition.
And would you attend another print publishing event in the future?
Again, it's hard to decide at this point. We have been at the hospitality one last year, and we done KTEX a couple of years ago. But again, it'll take a couple of weeks till we see what the footfall is like in terms of positivity on, whether we actually get some business out of it before I determine whether we do another one next year.
And would you have any feedback for Premier Publishing on the event?
Overall, I mean, it was a bit hectic when we got here yesterday to set up the stand, because initially we were assigned a stand number that didn't exist. Then our stand was in the wrong location. So I suppose that's the negatives I have on it. It looks like, on the positive, it looks like they had done a good bit of marketing on the event. People were able to find the event easy enough. City West is probably the best location to have these events rather than previous, which is the RDS. It's easy to get to, easy off the motorways. But all in all, judging it will be a couple of weeks. I can't give an answer now. In terms of the footfall, it hasn't been great, but judging the overall people visiting the stand, whether we get business out of it, whether we don't get business out of it, it'll be a couple of weeks, could be a couple of months before we determine whether it was actually useful coming to the event.